Before I start, I would like to announce a partnership that I have going with Children's National Hospital, centered around stroke, raising stroke awareness and helping stroke patients. This is my fourth fund in my mom's name. More information will come out. The website is Fast54. I'll be adding it to my bio in my Instagram and Twitter by the end of the day. I just think that everywhere I've played, I've tried to kind of honor my mom and honor her name. And so this is a place that's embraced me and, it's become a very special place to me. So I'm excited to extend that into D.C., being on the East Coast. And so I have one in California, I have one in Seattle, I have now out here. I'm excited about that. Just trying to continue my mom's name. And I would love your support and, help me continue raising awareness. And like I said, the website's Fast54, and it will be in my bio by the end of the day. So I wanted to start off with that, and now I will take your questions.
Bobby, you talk about this community embracing you. What does this DMB, this DC community, what does it mean to you?
It means a lot, man, because, I think it's well documented that, I was skeptical coming over to the East Coast. I've been a West Coast guy my whole life, but walking around the city, the love that I've gotten over the course of a year has been truly special. And, I always try to find ways to give back to any city that embraced me.
The extension of that, we have these high school coaches out here today. What do you hope that they're able to take away from this Commanders culture to give back to their student athletes?
Honestly, I think coaches are really, really important in a journey of a player. I think I wouldn't be here without some of the coaches that I've had in middle school and high school, especially high school. My coach, Coach Rice, I thought I was a basketball player, and he was really adamant about, bringing me over to football because he wanted to. He saw more than just playing sports. He wanted me to do more. And him and my mom actually had a conversation, and he made a promise to her that I would get to college, and he was a big reason that. So you may not know now the impact you have on somebody's life, but just do your best, and the player will appreciate it. I'm one of those.
Bobby, this is year 14 for you in the NFL. What keeps you motivated? What keeps you hungry?
Greatness, man. I want to be great. I think the thing that's been dope is the players, the people that I play with, the coaches. They make it fun to come to work every day, and I want to win for them, and I want to continue to be successful with them, not just by myself.
Bobby, go ahead.
A lot of returning pieces, offensively, defensively, and the coaching staff to have that continuity back again, to kind of run it back again. What can that do overall, just from a team aspect?
I think it's another year, under the same system, with the same teachers, with the same players, and I think, that puts us further than where we were at last year. I think that's something you can be excited about, you can build on, and I like where we're at compared to where we were at last year.
Hey, Bobby, and circling back around to your foundation and your mom, what would she say about what you're doing and the impact that you're making in the community by these foundations in various areas?
I think she would be humbled that I, name everything after her. I am an extension of her, and so I'm hoping she'll be proud that I carry that with honor, and that's something that's always meant something to me, and I just try to do it gracefully.
Bobby,
as you've launched these funds, have you seen the direct impact they've had on children and their families' lives?
Yeah, I've had a couple of people reach out and say like some of the equipment that they've been able to have that they weren't able to afford has helped them a lot, and that means a lot to me because when I was, when we were kind of going through our situation, we couldn't really afford some of the equipment that she needed, and so it's cool to kind of help people not be in that situation.
Bobby, I know it's a different group. You're linebacker, he's D-line, but what's Jalen Holmes meant to this team, and what's he bring to the table?
Man, he's just first, he's a fun teammate, a great person to be around. I think he definitely adds to his culture, but he's a playmaker, very strong, always active in the backfield, and he he brings life to this defense.
Thank you.
Bobby, was there a time when you talked about playing off what Nikki said about the feedback? Was there a time that really kind of maybe stood out more than another with feedback you got about what you were able to do for somebody?
Probably talking to kids. I went to a school one time and I was talking to a kid, and you know, I believe his mom had suffered a stroke and he didn't really know how to talk about it. And so, you know, I understood that feeling, and so being able to have that conversation was cool.
Just to clarify, this fund will go to the pediatric stroke program at Children's National?
Yes, yes. And it'll be an extension of some of the funds that I have. I have a fund in Seattle, a couple funds in LA. One of the funds is the hospital that she was actually cared for at.
You grew close with Jaden last year. Just looking back to him a season, you know, a year ago, have you noticed growth in like football IQ, physical? I mean, anything like has anything looked different?
He's definitely hungry. You know, I'll say that. He is locked in the weight room. You know, I think he understands that when he came into the league last year, people were kind of unsure, but now they know how good of a player he is, and so they're going to approach it a little bit different. And I think his work ethic and his approach to understanding this season will be a little bit different. But I'm excited to see what he does. I think he's been putting in the work, and he's going to be fun to watch again. And I think it's something that anybody be proud of to see, and I'm excited for him.
Bobby, I know you took some time at the end of the season to figure out what you wanted to do. You decided you wanted to come back. Why ultimately did you want to come back for another year here in Washington?
Man, the players, really. The players, the coaches. You know, when you create a relationship with people, and not just the players, but the coaches, and like I said, the city, this was a very, very fun time. And you could feel it, you know, through that playoff run, through the end of the season. Like, you could feel that energy. And, you know, I think it would be really cool to bring a championship here. And I want to be a part of that.
Bobby, expanding on that, you came in here as a veteran that's had success in this league last year. Lattimore getting traded for, Tunsil's now here. You know, looking across this roster to see if there's even more guys that have made such a name for themselves in this league and wanting to win that championship. You know, how does it feel here in minicamp, just seeing everybody coming together right now for next season?
I think it's cool. You know, I think like you said, I've been around a little bit, so one thing that tends to happen is, you know, on paper, you know, people start to make your own narrative and create your narrative. And I think at the end of the day, you still got to put that work in. So that's my message is, you know, we have different players. We have players that people, you know, recognize their names and all those things. That doesn't get you wins. You know, you got to go out there and still do the work and still be focused. And kind of the same thing. It's like, you know, last year people were unsure, you know, how good we were going to be. Now people know, you know, who we are as a team, who we are as a city. And so, you know, you got to wear that with pride and understand what that comes with. And, you know, we're going to get everybody's best every single game. You don't get this many primetime games for no reason.
That's right.
And so, you know, we're excited for it.
Did you feel a similar thing early in Seattle that was building when that team got good and won a championship? Is it similar at all to what you're feeling happening here right now?
Yeah, you know, I think, you know, the city was always behind us. But I think it's more so the players, you know, the vibe of just like, okay, not being satisfied. You know, we got really far, and, you know, you have to re-lock in because it's not just going to happen again. We're going to have our challenges throughout the season. We don't know what those challenges are. But I think using some of the experience that we had last year to embrace those challenges and continue to grow and put us in the right position. That's all we can do is just put our best foot forward.
Hey, Bobby, graduation is coming up soon from you from Howard University. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so, you know, I got my classes. I have my classes this summer that I'm finishing up, and then I'll have some electives during the season, and I should be done, God willing, November.
Thanks, Bobby.
Thanks, Bobby.
Good. Appreciate you guys.